Good morning, Zio here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, then what are you doing with your life? You should be subscribed to Zio Gaming right now. Go for it. Click the button, hit that bell for notifications, like the video, and share it out to everywhere. It's because I say so. Do that. Let's get into it, shall we? So today we talk about something I don't think I've actually talked about. Talked about GameStop before? I really don't remember. I mean, I have my things with GameStop, like I tried to avoid it, like a bad habit, really bad habit that I don't want anything to do with. But anyway, GameStop has been having a lot of troubles recently, and you know, some of them are a lot of them of their own making. Others are just not adapting with times. And if you don't quite understand what it is that I'm talking about, there are a ton of stuff out there for you to look up of GameStop horror stories about, you know, ex-employees telling their stories about working for GameStop, which of course is a place that I actually did try to get a job at once. Did not get the job because apparently there was a question in very small letters at the very tip top of the application that like it was above the area from where you start filling out your name and everything, and it says to you know, what is your attention to detail level or something like that, with a number scale across it. And I didn't read it because it wasn't in the bulk of the thing. So yeah, when the guy brought me in and asked me how good at, you know, paying attention I was like, decently okay, I guess. And goes, well, why didn't you fill this out? I'm like, what? Is that part of the application? Was I supposed to actually circle something there? And yeah, I didn't get the job. Anyway, apparently I might have dodged a bullet there. But then again, it was back in a time when GameStop was relatively a much better location, better place, better, you know, better with their employees and their customers and such. However, GameStop has really been in a pretty bind with their circle of life, the electronic trades, the fact that they attempted to get onto the whole digital thing and screwed that up all over the place. So, you know, I'm not sure how they managed that other than making a site that didn't properly work, handing out keys that didn't properly work, and so forth. Yeah, so I totally lost my thought. I'm sorry, I had to get up for 2 seconds. But anyway, GameStop, you know, it's had its troubles, it's had its issues, you know, with the whole pestering everybody for anything and everything. You know, power up rewards. Do you want disc insurance? Disc insurance. You know, do you want this? Do you want that? Hey, do you got a phone? Can I see that? Do you want to sell it? You know, all that crap. Anyway, the whole point of all this, apparently GameStop is somehow, some way, for having really bad stock prices right now, probably not a whole lot of money considering they are considerably downsizing, especially with their legacy delete program, which apparently is where if you make too much or you've been at the company for too long, they will get rid of you somehow, some way. You know, even if they've got to manufacture that reason, which apparently they seem to be doing a lot of lately. They have hired Reggie from Nintendo of America. You know, Reggie, he recently left Nintendo. I can't really remember when or why. Anyway, he did leave, right? He's not doing both. Anyway, it's been a while since I've heard Reggie's name pop up in anything, and the gaming industry needs a healthy and vibrant at GameStop. I look forward to being part of the GameStop Corp board and helping to make this happen. That was tweeted out, of course, March 9th. And of course, it is now, what, March 15th? It's taken me this long to get around to talking about it. I am so sorry. That's what happens when I ain't got a whole lot of time to do anything. But he's not the only one either. They've apparently brought in William B. Simon and James, I don't know how to say that. But both of them happen to be, you know, CEOs of various other companies like PetSmart and another place that I can't think of. I think one might have worked with Walmart or something. I could look at this and probably would tell me. I think Chevy's also in there. But anyway, point is, they've hired three pretty good businessmen, to be totally honest. They know what they're doing when it comes to business, and GameStop has a lot to catch up on. I mean, as of right now, reports were coming out where they were trying to make, just make it, barely make, make it to the next console launch. And with a certain virus, among other things, that may not actually happen now. They may not survive that long past the end of this year. But with Reggie at the helm, and well, not really at the helm, but on the board with three others who know a lot about what they're doing, because they've done quite a bit over their years of different businesses and stuff, being presidents, CEOs of other companies, COOs, and other stuff. But they bring a lot to the table, and maybe they could officially somehow save GameStop. I don't know how to save GameStop at this point. I think it might be a little too late for GameStop to do anything, because when it comes down to it, other than chasing off customers with really bad things, chasing off employees in horrible ways, just to save a little bit of money, they don't offer a whole lot that makes them enticing anymore. In my town here, we've got one GameStop, which used to be a Rhino, which was amazing, by the way, when it was a thing. And we've got a Walmart. That's about it. If you want games or anything, electronic or something. Oh, wait, we got that one place. I can't think of what it's called. Home Depot. Not Circuit City. They don't exist anymore. Staples, that's it. We got a Staples if you need printer cartridges. But other than that, we don't have a whole lot here in my place to buy games. So if I want to get games, it's either digitally or through Amazon now. I mean, unless I really absolutely positively need to have it that second, which occasionally does happen, it's very, very rare. I might call up GameStop or Walmart and say, hey, you got this? And then run down and get there. Both stores, of course, I hate with a passion. But that's all I got. If I want anything else, like a Best Buy, or anything that, like an older game store or something like that, I have to go like an hour plus out of this town to some other city somewhere just to find me a game place to look, browse, and maybe buy something or get a controller or something like that. So my options are insanely limited. But as a result to digital downloads, Amazon and things like that, and GameStop just not properly getting with the times, they've suffered a lot. And with newer gen consoles, we're not going to have a disc, but now I think they are going to have a disc. I'm not sure. I think they are. I haven't been following them too much. But every year or every console cycle since the last one, the talk of a discless system has been in the air. And as much as I hate that, because you know me, right? I love physical media, right? Like this. I love this. Having the original disc, the original hardware. Oh, ooh, it broke. I love these sort of things. I collect stuff, certain things like the Zelda series and the Mega Man series. Those were things that I've always collected. So I'd love to have the physical media of things. But as time does go on, we're going into that digital age where there's not going to be a whole need for for physical anymore. And you've got streaming services like xCloud and that other one that we don't really care about that much, that every time I talk about, people really hate it when I talk about it. Anyway, I mean, it can be factual stuff that I'm reading off the screen, and people hate it when I talk about it because I'm pushing misinformation apparently on something that I know personally doesn't work very well and has lied to people, which is another thing. We got to talk about its 4K and something else probably later this week if I can get around to it. But GameStop's not doing good. They're definitely going to have to do something about, because they make a lot of their stuff in used game sales, and if they can figure out a way to properly maybe do digital used, uh, they might be able to get back into the game. I'm just not sure how they're going to manage that at all, especially not with using some kind of DRM to make sure it doesn't start getting used on the original place that it had or whatever, and all this other stuff. And it's a really challenging question, really, how that's going to work. But I guess we're going to see if Reggie's body is ready for this one, and maybe he can pull GameStop out of the dumpster. I'm sure he brought at least a fire hose with him. Whether or not it's going to be effective is a different story. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. GameStop, can it be saved? Can it not? Will Reggie be able to do it? Let me know, and I will talk to you later. See ya.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.